Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Emma, complet grad, film student, and often your internet big sis. Got a Q&A for you today. I asked you to send me all of your seggsy questions. We're saying seggsy because I don't want the algorithm to demonetize me. It probably will, let's see how fast it takes. But I asked you over on Instagram. My handle is @sarcasticfish. As my handle isn't abso-fucking-literally everything, I asked you over on Instagram for your questions. Let's do this. I have some all on here. These are all on. They always are. I'm gonna give you guys a little second to pause this video to go grab yourselves a snack, grab yourselves a hot drink. It's probably going to be 40 minutes long, when are they not? And if you don't think you need a snack, you must be new. Also, I want you all to know that I am wearing this t-shirt. You know what I am? I am a slut for Harry, bro. I'm a slut for Harry, bro. It's just more the subtle references, but you know other people aren't going to get, and you'll just hear like, I've been wearing this a lot. Also resonates with me personally at the moment, but my god, I've been wearing this a lot. Anyway, right, let's start with a tame one. That isn't really a tame one, but it's not a saucy one. Why are commitment issues the most under-discussed thing? An addiction to being evasive. This has been sent in by what I can only presume has been a boy. Girls talk about commitment issues a lot. We talk about them all the time in terms of like trying to get a guy to commit if you can't get a guy to commit, or if you personally cannot commit. So I'm wondering if maybe that's a guy thing. Any boys in the comments who want to contribute, men in the comments who want to contribute, please do. I don't think that it's under discussed at all, maybe just within your groups. So I would, bastard, he's responded to me, what a cunt. How's my love life going? Fuck off. If you want a tip 101, you never chase a man. You want the tea, you do not chase men. There is no point in chase women. Women are worth chasing. Do not chase men. Do not do it. The thing is, if you ever want someone to like you back and you're like, oh, why won't they commit? You have to always be prepared to walk away. Take it from a woman in the middle of a hoe phase. You have to always be prepared to be like, bye bitch. Know your worth, know that you can just leave. And here is the thing, there are always other people, and I don't think you understand that until you go out and you have a proper hoe phase, and then when you make as many questionable decisions as I've done recently. This is what I wanted to do, this Q&A. I was like, guys, I have racked up the XP points in the last year, within reason because corona, but maybe it was good that I had some kind of measure going on, because hoe phase, alcoholism, I don't care no mo, and I can't remember the others. It's a TikTok. I haven't completely gone off the rails. Never chase a man, even if they are the most attractive person you have ever slept with. Don't chase them. It's not worth it, and you have to be prepared to walk away and know your worth. If that's the only thing, if you just stop watching the rest of the video, that's totally fine, because you know the thing that you need to know now. If they're not responding to you, whatever. This is another thing, okay. Have a rotation. If you have a rotation and someone is ignoring you, you go down the list. You talk to someone else, because inherently dating, especially like in your teens and in your 20s, early 20s, will very often be a disappointment. So you have a rotation, and if they're bad in bed, if they're useless, if they chat shit, you yeet them off the fucking rotation. I don't care. It's not worth it, and life is too short for bad sex. There you go. Girls, gays, theys, that is all you need to know. Any of the straight dudes who watch my videos, I kind of have a soft spot for you, because you watch my feminist ass, and I appreciate you. Anyway, fuck hell. God, she gets one text back and launches into her entire fucking, my lord, right? You've sworn too much already. This video is completely demonetized. You don't chase men. Have a rotation. You're meant to have a hoe phase, fuck around in your early, I think, have a relationship in your teens too. I think it teaches you a lot, but then once you get out of that relationship, just hoe phase. do it. Do it. It's fucking great. As someone who's currently struggling with commitment issues, I'm quite vocal about it. I tend to tell people like, look, I don't want anything serious, I'm not looking for anything. I think the most important thing is to communicate that. It is under discussed, maybe in a relationship. I was talking to a friend earlier and they were like, yeah, you know, I keep seeing them, and then you keep having to have that weird conversation 2 weeks in being like, oh, I don't really want anything serious, and then it fizzles out. I'm like, no, mate, be upfront about it, because then they know what they're getting themselves into and then you're not leading anyone on. So like, if you are an individual who isn't ready for something serious, be upfront about it, because people don't want to waste their time. And also, just maybe discuss it with your friends. Bring it up with your friends. Like, talk how, you know, how do they feel about it? What are their experiences? Communication is everything. Look, I finally got one of those things for my phone. Now it's not going to fall off my hand. Isn't it amazing? I'm no longer going to have my phone falling on my face while I'm reading Duplicity at 1 in the morning. Again, bitches, if you know, you know, but I am back on that bullshit. How to navigate being inexperienced in hookup culture. I would say, just do it. Find your subject, somebody you definitely think is attractive, but not necessarily someone who's your type or someone that you'd want to pursue something with. What I've been explaining to my friends who are like, how do I have a hoe phase? I'm like, you go through the motions and you basically learn it. And once you've done it a couple times, it becomes like clockwork, it becomes a routine. You're like, I need standards. You get into the motions of it. It's ever an experience, but the only thing that you obviously need is experience. Obviously the most important thing is always clarity, communication and consent. Consent should always be enthusiastic. For God's sake, if you're going on a date with someone, if you have any intention of hooking up with them, let your friends know where you're going. Give them your location, put it on for 8 hours. If you're going to a different location, text your fucking friends that you're going somewhere. If you're not too sure, don't go. If you have any doubt and if you're anything ever less than enthusiastic, don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. It is not worth it. Other opportunities come along. I was having a conversation with a friend recently about things like consent and like that sort of, because I believe, again, consent should always be enthusiastic. Say it with me, kids, don't listen to a gif. It should always be enthusiastic, and we've been talking about the fact that when we've had experiences where it's not been a no, but it hasn't been as big of a yes as it should have been, or you would have been comfortable with. And often, like, you know, alcohol is at play or whatever, but you want to make sure that you are so DTF, okay? You do not want to have, if you're hesitant about it, just get out of there. It's okay. And remember, consent can always be withdrawn. You're always within your right to do that. Always. If you're inexperienced, again, just maybe ask some of your friends. It's all about communication, about clarity. I appreciate these are things not maybe everyone has access to in terms of a conversation. That is why I do exist as an internet big sis. And I think you do it once or twice and you really get into the swing of things, almost offensively easily. But just make sure that you're comfortable, that you're safe, that people know where you are, that those are the most important things, is to prioritise like your enthusiasm, you know, and your safety, obviously. Sex problems are that I'm not having any. Oh, you'll get that, I promise. You'll find someone worth fucking, I promise. I want to talk to a boy in my course. I haven't met him in person because Corona. Weird if I DM him? Help. Just invent a scenario. If you know he's on your course, asking something about it, being like, hey, it was meant to be this reading, or we're meant to do this thing, or whatever, I can't find it, no one can seem to help me. Just ask something course related. Slide into those DMs being like, hey, I'm so eloquent. I have a degree in writing words. Honestly, find something course related and then just sneak your way in there. If it's a boy, which I'm assuming from yes, it seems to be a him. Guys love to feel helpful. If they can feel like they helped you or something, or they did something, it's like, thank you. Oh my god, big strong man, you helped me, you saved me. Oh my god, thank you. Jesus, guys love that shit. It's really fucking cute too when they'll be like, huh. He'll find it creepy or he'll find it cute. But look at it this way, obviously you don't necessarily know which is which. If it goes badly, you also don't need to see him in person. Just shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. Guys fucking love that shit. Honestly, shoot your shot. How to deal with a family member really toxic / narcissistic that I love / hate. Therapy. This is not a joke. therapy. Genuinely, because they're never going to change and they're not going to see your point of view. Therapy is your best friend. Oh, how do I possibly get over my first crush ever? She's straight. Sympathies for all of my wombs. I can't. I see it, and I know it's WMW, but I keep going. The same with mum. I can't. But rip though. Well, everyone's fallen in love with a straight girl at some point, and it fucking sucks. Yeah, I'm sorry, that sucks. I have no advice for you on that. But my advice always for getting over someone is getting under someone else. So maybe find a new crush that may be reciprocal, but everyone's, you know, had the one-sided love, and it especially fucking sucks when you know they're like never gonna be attracted to you. Maybe mute them on things. I'm a big believer of out of sight, out of mind, so that might help you get over it. I'm sorry, that really sucks though. Oh man, I love how gay these questions all are. How do I figure out my sexuality? Get a fucking TikTok. Genuinely get TikTok. Like, I'm not being funny, but I got really gay this year because I downloaded TikTok. And do you know how quickly the TikTok lesbians found me? So quickly. They found me so quickly. I was immediately immersed in all of this gay shit, and I was like, yeah. I mean, look, you guys know I always knew what I was bi, but it's been an evolution. It's like levels of gay. I just got so much more gay this year. Bi, but you know what I mean. I already know the straight side of me, so now I explored the like the sapphic side of me, for fuck's sake. I explored the sapphic side of me a lot more, and just the whole bisexual culture thing. TikTok has validated me again and again and again and again. It's just been great. Are the bisexuals confused? Fuck yeah, we've never made a fucking decision in our entire lives. Are the only people who can say that us? Also yes. How to navigate queer dating at uni? I can't seem to find any gals. Join the hockey team. This isn't a joke. This isn't a joke. The last girl that I was seeing played hockey. So join the girls' sports teams. That's where you find the lesbians. I'm not being funny, but also just understanding all of like queer hallmarks. They're probably doing a literature degree or an art history degree. They're probably playing hockey or lacrosse, or maybe they're on the swim team if your school has a swim team. Yeah, they're definitely on sports teams. And if in doubt, get Hinge or something and you'll find them. You just have to maybe look a little bit harder and, like, you know, maybe wear all of the gay shit just to be like. The other thing is, girls don't hit on girls in public, so I love all of the like, oh, do I look gay? And I'm like, yeah, but we're not gonna hit on each other. We're women. We don't do that because we know how creepy it is when dudes do that. So dating apps target certain societies or sports nights. There we go. How to get over breakup rejection, like I've said, and how you get over a straight girl. Get under someone else. I should not, this is completely irresponsible advice, but it does work. Safe sex with women, not talked about enough. Dental dam. I don't know anyone who uses them, but I saw this TikTok that was like, we know we're supposed to do it, but who does? But that again is irresponsible, but I will link resources for you down below. And again, get really irritated that, at least when I was at school, LGBTQ plus stuff was not on the agenda. We always need to push the gay agenda, because holy hell did we not get appropriate or enough sex ed. It's so important, it's so important. You can't just show me pictures of STDs, especially if I'm not always gonna be looking at a penis. I will link you resources. You need like a quick way of making one. You get a condom, you cut it in half, and then you Can friends with benefits sort of relationships end up well? I mean, if you guys sack it off and continue to be friends, yes, but in my experience, someone's always going to get feels and want more, and then it's going to bend a tit. Genuinely do yourself a favour and get out before anything happens or it gets serious. So you can also still be friends. If you don't, it'll take a lot more work to get back to being friends. But I think also we've been conditioned with films to think if you're friends with benefits with someone that you will eventually end up in love, which literally never happens. And if you're in a friends with benefits situation and, you know, you want more, whatever, or like you don't want to lose that person. If they wanted to be in a relationship, they would be in a relationship with you, not friends with benefits. So get out while you're still on good terms and move on. And definitely don't stop seeing other people. That is my advice for you. How do you feel comfortable in bed? That made no noises. Ladies and gentlemen, girls, gays, theys. The best, biggest, most impactful aphrodisiac you have is confidence. Fake it till you make it. It doesn't matter if you feel hot or not. Tell yourself, fake it, act like you are. Just know what you want and like wear shit that makes you feel fine as hell. You know, if buying some like saucy lingerie is gonna make you feel good about yourself, is gonna make you feel confident, act confident, that is the sexiest thing that you could do, and it will make you feel comfortable. Genuinely, like, confidence. And even when there have been times where I've been like, I don't know what I'm doing, I've just pretended that I do. And if you proceed with a certain level of like, I've got this, you genuinely do, and they'll just be so blinded by how confident and sexy you are, they won't notice that you're just like, I don't know what's going on. Another thing with being comfortable is ask your partner, communicate with your partner. What do you want? What do you like? What do they want? What do they like? What are their like things? What works for them? What works for you together? Communicate. Come on, we know when we have videos like this, the most important things that I'm always going to preach to you is clarity, communication, and consent. These are the most important things that you need to have in any kind of like sexually intimate relationship. Use your words and pay attention to people's non-verbal cues as well. But in terms of being comfortable, yeah, just talk to your partner. Like, what do they like? What do they want? Don't worry about being nervous if you like you don't have that much experience. Just ask. Like, ask for a lesson in XYZ. And also, in my experience, people like showing you how they like it, because that's better sex for them too. Feeling more comfortable in bed, communicate. Clarity. Ask questions. Ask what they like. Make sure they ask what you like, and then fake till you make it. You pretend the two are sexy, you will end up feeling sexy, and then everyone's like, you're hot. Confidence. Fake till you make it, but not orgasms. If they're not getting you off, don't pretend they do, because then they'll think that they're doing the thing, and they'll keep doing that, and then you never get off. Fake confidence, but not orgasms. There you go. That's what I have to say on that. Ooh. How to recognize toxics like the nice guy. So here's the thing with nice guys, is nice guys function on entitlement. They think that because they are nice to you, they think because they are not a dick, they think because they are doing the bare minimum that they are entitled to something or another from you. If you're being nice to a woman, you are doing the bare minimum. The bar for men is very, very low, and we need to raise it the fuck back up again. All for things where I've had like friendships where I thought it was a friendship with a guy, and then I don't know, I'll get a boyfriend or something, and then they'll never speak to me again. It's shit like that. They think because they're being nice they're gonna get in your pants. And I've explained it, but not how you spot it. Actually, maybe I don't know how to spot it. And I think as a result I've avoided friendships with men for a very long time. I don't now, obviously, but I think I've just been jaded because people have done that to me, and it's awful. But yeah, I guess maybe the point of my like anything toxic, nice guy, bro thing, honestly, you get a gut feeling. You get a gut feeling, and I think I've often given people the benefit of the doubt when I shouldn't have done it. And I think nowadays, generally, my best friendships with men come out of ones where I'm like, I don't actually like you at all. And then I'm like, in the end, I'm like, yeah, actually, dude, you're fucking funny and I love you, bro. Level of expectation, and if they're just unnecessarily nice to you. Oh, BF has Catholic guilt and won't go down because he missed Smex's ad. Clitoris who? Get the man a textbook. First of all, poor thing. I've seen from my friends deal with like Catholic guilt and stuff. It sucks. If it's because he missed sex ed, educate him. But if he wants to feel guilty about something, you should feel guilty about the fact that he's not going down on you. Pull your weight, buddy. 50-50 in a relationship. Like, come on. But obviously, make sure it's at their pace. But like, if you are giving, you ought to be receiving too. So, 50-50 in a relationship. This is the 21st century. Catholic guilt, yes. Miss sex ed, yes. But once we are educated, better. Again, communicate and let them take it at their own pace. Like, you never want to pressure anyone into doing something that they're not comfortable with doing, but like, go down on your girlfriend, please. Or someone else will. I'm 25 and never been in a relationship. It didn't used to bother me, but now it kind of does, and COVID makes things worse because there's zero opportunities to meet people. Okay, first of all, this year didn't count. Basically, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, especially because everyone's in the same boat as you. Like, no one else is meeting anyone. And I think with a lot of people, it's also been, at least with my friends, a lot of them haven't been in serious relationships because we just, we just haven't wanted it. I, for example, now, I'm not sure if I want it. It highly depends on the person, but like, sometimes you just don't want to be in a relationship, and that's perfectly valid. My friends are like, oh, I'm XYZ old and I've never been in a relationship, is something wrong with me? And I'm like, babies, no, there's not. Don't worry about it. It shouldn't bother you either. I think a lot of the thing, especially with women, is that you are almost like you're told so aggressively that by 30 you should have your career in check, get married and be having kids. That is what is so aggressively pushed on us since we are like 4 fucking years old. So please don't let it bother you. It is definitely, it's not you, it's society's expectations of you are fucked and highly pressurized, because guys just don't have that. This year has been mad for all of us, and next year everyone is going to be so keen. So don't worry about it, we're all riding this out together. It'll be okay. Is it better to have casual sex or just masturbate? Both is good. Both is good. Both is definitely good. Were you ever scared of sex? There's so much pressure to have it nowadays, it's quite daunting. Personally, not really. I was on Tumblr in 2013, for fuck's sakes. It's just not been a daunting, no. If you were there, you know what I mean, right? People have started romanticizing 2012 to 2015 on TikTok is the funniest thing. Babies, don't do that. It was a horrendous time for us all, and Tumblr was terrible. There was so much pornography on my blog, it's not even funny. Personally, no, but I also massively subscribe to a concept that like sex is not, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Consent, clarity and communication are a big fucking deal. Sex itself is fine. It's not a massive deal. It really isn't. I think because we're told that like, and conditioned to think that it is such a big deal, that it is always like the ultimate thing that you should be striving for. Like one of, like, you know, it's used as fucking marketing, like, you know, sex sells, la la la. The thing that we're meant to always be wanting, whatever. It's kind of made like, put on a pedestal and like made a prize in a way. And then also at the same time, as a woman at least, you're told that you're not supposed to be having it with that many people, and if your number is so high, if your body count is high, then you, and that like the higher up your body count goes, the less value you intrinsically have as a woman. Like, we're so desensitized to it, but it's still kind of taboo. It's quite bizarre. You should all want sex, but without ever admitting as a woman that you have it, or asking questions, or, and you're supposed to, for your first time or whatever, know exactly what you're doing. It's a skill like anything else. Like, as long as you accept that it's a skill, it sometimes takes time, it takes sometimes the right person, and it, you know, always takes communication, clarity and consent. Don't be scared of it. It's not something to be scared of at all. But I think it's very important about the person you're having it with. Especially if it's something that still daunts you. Also, there's nothing wrong with that either. Like, if it's something that you're a little bit more nervous about, that's fine. Communicate that with your partner. Figure out ways to make you more comfortable, to make you, you know, not scared of it. But inherently, it's not a big deal. And I think it's very much about being in an environment that you know is safe, being with a person that you know is safe. Because if you have those two things, and, you know, a basic education, especially like in terms of sex ed and how you stay safe and not get pregnant if that's not what you want, then you should in theory have nothing to be scared of. But if it's a situation where you feel like you need to catch up, or that everyone else is shagging and you're not, take it at your pace. And like, I will say this again and again and again, sex is really not a big deal. Consent and clarity and communication are a big deal. And like, that, yeah, that you are comfortable and that like, you're happy with the decisions, and again, consent should be enthusiastic. Don't do it because you feel like you have to, because other people think you have to. And also, here's the motherfucking tea. If you don't have sex, you are a prude. If you have sex, you are a slut. It is a Madonna whore dichotomy. You do not win as a woman. You don't win. So, you do you. It's not something to be scared of. If it's something you're nervous about, make sure there are ways that you feel safe. Make sure it's a person, a situation, and that you have an education. That rhymed. There you go. You guys better remember that now. I made it rhyme for you. But it is something that isn't inherently scary. And if you are, for whatever reason, worried or scared, really reevaluate what exactly it is that's making you feel that way. And if it's the person, fucking run. Oh, these are all so gay, I love it. Have you ever struggled with internalized biphobia? Any tips? I feel like an imposter because of it. Yeah. I've dated straight men. I've dated straight men for a long time. And when you're in heterosexual relationships and you're bi, you're like, am I? Or do I want to date her? Or do I just appreciate her? And you know, am I maybe like a bad partner because I'm looking at this girl and being like, her ass is amazing? I mean, her personality, it's conflicting. And I always felt like bad about it and like I didn't really know. And then I got TikTok and like it genuinely, I really recommend it. I know this is stupid, but like Emma's telling everyone to get TikTok. Stop booting everyone off this platform. But basically it seems to be the case that a lot of people feel like this, because in a way you almost feel like you have two identities. I mean, if anyone's a switch as well, then you'll understand. You've also never made a decision in your life. But really, this seems to be a common thing. I feel like I should be one or the other, right? But no, you can be both, but just a reminder that just because you like both doesn't mean that you're like half this and half that. You are an entire person and it's an entire identity in and of itself. One of the things that has been missing from my life for a very long time is bisexual culture. It's a thing. I didn't know. I was playing sweater weather so much and then I kept seeing all of these memes on like TikTok about it and then I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. And like the more that I watched and like the more of that stuff that came up on my For You page, the excessive peace signs and the hand signals and the cuff in your jeans, and I felt so personally attacked so often, and I was just like, this makes so much sense. If you're worried about any kind of like imposter syndrome or internalized biphobia, genuinely look for that content. Look for, if you don't have TikTok, find a fucking like lesbian or bi compilation on YouTube. Do it. You'll just feel so validated by the end of it. And I know it's a little thing and I know it's a silly thing, but I think it just gave me a lot of confidence and it gave me a lot of like reassurance basically that it's not just me. And I was like, ah, these are very, very specific things that I have felt, but I have not been able to ever verbalize to other people. Amazing. So I think the imposter syndrome is very real, and I think we're always listening, like, it seems like a feeling that you need to validate it, especially because when I saw all these memes of people going like, ah, oh, women, amazing, chef's kiss, would do anything to be with a woman, still dates men. And I was like, ah, I feel very validated. And also all the jokes, but no one seems to dislike men more than bisexuals. It's because we have the choice not to date them, but we still do. Unless you get a good one and then you're like, amazing, this is worth it. Honestly, the imposter syndrome thing, I feel you. When you're identifying as like bi and even in a straight relationship especially, you're just like, am I doing this for attention? Do I just feel, am I just so open-minded and I just like, you know, I'm so open to the concept of women? That was me for a long time and I was like, nah, you want to have sex with them. Genuinely, just want to tell you, what you're feeling is super, super valid, and lots of people who are bi go through that. Genuinely, it's not you. This is super classic. Oaf and I made a video on this years ago. I will link that for you there. We also made a video on like just being gay. We also made a video on like virginity. I'll link those all for you. I still think those are cracking vids and I love our like ideas and theories in that. But yeah guys, the message of this is just get on gay TikTok and you become gayer. It's amazing. The imposter syndrome is really, really real. Don't worry. Don't worry. And I have someone who's always been very confident in her sexuality and was like, oh, wait. But yeah. those are all the sexy questions. Thank you very, very much for those of you who sent them in. Shall I do, because a lot of these were super gay, do you guys want like just a specific bi Q&A? Do you guys want that? Would you like that? Let me know. Because I get the impression that for some of you I am like a safe space, and like the more like safe internet spaces that we can make, the better. Yeah, and I just value that you guys trust me with this information, obviously. A quick recap. Look for the gay girls in the sports teams. Internalized biphobia is a thing. You do feel like an imposter because you feel like you can't make a decision, but that's probably because you haven't consumed enough bisexual culture because it's not represented enough as is. My t-shirt is amazing and I'm a slut for Harry Styles. What else? I feel like this is the most important things. Ah yes, communication, clarity and consent. Enthusiastic consent. And sex isn't scary. Sex is real fucking fun. Have a hoe phase. And I love you very much. I think those are the takeaways. Like, subscribe and all jazz. And I'll see you guys very, very soon.